Come on out to Brown Mountain Bottle Works at 115 East Union Street in Morganton, North Carolina, the place to be for great craft beer. Browse their shelves with hundreds of craft beer selections. Relax and enjoy one of their 12 draft taps. Check them out on the Untapped app for their current draft beer selections and go to their website to see the latest beer offerings and events at www.brownmountainbottleworks.com. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Glenn. Dave's behind the camera. We're the NC Beer Guys. Welcome to another episode of the NC Beer Buzz. We are continuing our journey around Western North Carolina this weekend, trying to hit some brand new breweries and some, like today, that are not so brand new. We're here in Hendersonville at the Sanctuary Brewing Company with Joe and Lisa, who are the co-owners and brewers here. And we're going to get the Sanctuary story. And they've been in a couple years now.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. So they're not brand new. They are new to us, our first time visiting, and we're very pleased to be here, finally.
Yeah, thanks.
So thanks for having us in. So let's hear the Sanctuary story. How do we come to be Sanctuary first?
I'll take this one.
All right.
So we moved to North Carolina about 5 years ago, and the goal was basically to buy a small farm and start rescuing animals.
Okay.
We did exactly that. So our home, which is about 2 miles from here, currently has 14 animals. We foster dogs and cats.
And rescue.
So we've got pigs, chickens, dogs, cats, all kinds of things. So at the same time, Joe was brewing, and we thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could open a brewery and save some money and open a sanctuary? And then we realized we could open a brewery dedicated to animal and human advocacy.
Okay.
And at that moment, Sanctuary was born.
Okay, and how does that impact the brewery? How does that mean? What does that mean for this facility?
So we do 2 adoption events here every week. So you guys just missed Yoga with Cats, which is a permanent feature. We do that every Saturday.
We've seen yoga with goats on television. We hadn't seen cats.
Well, we've done bunnies here.
And we understand you had puppies.
Yep,
right, soft and cuddly.
Too. Yeah, Mother's Day we did bunnies, and that was super cute. And then Wednesdays we do adoption events with some local animal rescues. So we work with Brother Wolf, Asheville Humane, Blue Ridge Humane, and then other groups that kind of pop up.
So some of the sales and some of the retail part supports those missions.
Correct, and also supports our mission because, like I said, we've got quite a few animals at home.
Kind of funds the home life.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
Good. So how do we get to be a brewer, and how did that get in your nature?
I was kind of disillusioned with the corporate world and
had worked corporate for a while.
Yeah, I was a mutual fund accountant in Chicago.
Oh, real corporate.
Years. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Real corporate.
Cubicle for many years, and was just over it. And in that time, I started home brewing, and really had started just dreaming about it, literally dreaming about recipes and just making beer. And so we moved down here, 2011. I started working at Thirsty Monk Tap Room up in Asheville. And in the meantime, Blue Ridge Community College started a brewing program, which was fantastic, and they started doing programs with Oscar Blues Brewing.
Right. So you were already brewing, but you went and got some academic brewing too.
Exactly right. And so in that time, I got to know the folks over at Wicked Weed, and when an internship opened up, I was lucky enough to get in there and get my hands on the equipment and start cellaring over there and doing some sour work.
Right.
So after the internship was up, I started working there full time, and then we started looking.
Let's see about our own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
There's nothing downtown Hendersonville here.
Right. And you said off camera that the people here in Henderson County and the city were very supportive of you coming in because they had seen the success in other models.
Yeah, the city and the county have been nothing but wonderful to us since the idea came up. The first time we saw the space, they've just been awesome.
Because we do hear some horror stories sometimes about city permits and ordinances and all kinds of things that get in the way.
Yeah.
Usually they come around because they realize the economic drivers that the brewery brings to downtown areas particularly.
Right.
And now you're in a kind of a downtown area in an old historic kind of building. Let's talk about the building just briefly.
Yeah, so this building is about 120 years old. give
We're
or
on
take.
First Avenue East.
We're on First
And
Avenue East.
What's like the landmark for people who are just coming through town? Or
We're just off of Main Street, so
All right, so-
Main Street and First Avenue.
Across from the old courthouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So this building was originally a stable back in the day. It was converted to a garage at some point. It's been a bakery and a gymnastics studio. It's been all kinds of things.
And vacant when you guys came upon it 3 years ago.
Yeah, vacant and in dire need for quite a bit of work. So we've got a lot of space here. I think we have, about 4 to 5,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And so we put all the plumbing in, and
Right.
we did all of the drywall work and the electronics on the ceiling. We pretty much did it all. So
Right.
dirty hands for about 5 straight months.
But also some room for expansion if you need it, I guess,
Yeah.
I assume.
Yep. There's
When you're ready, we
Yeah.
can grow on this site. Unlike some who start small enough that they, as soon as they realize they're successful, they've got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You
We
should
can
be
do
able
a lot
to
in this location.
Good. What are we brewing on? What kind of system? What kind of size production?
Right now we're about a 3.5 barrel.
Okay.
We boil 120 gallons and we knock out about 105, 110 gallons.
Okay.
Yep.
And do we have local accounts? Are we all coming here to drink the beer, or what's the story?
95+% in-house.
Okay.
We do have a few accounts in Asheville, some in Winston-Salem, and
Right.
you can find us out in Chapel Hill,
Okay.
Raleigh area.
So it's kind of like where you have some connections.
Exactly
I mean, it's
right.
kind of like where you know people and they're willing
Exactly
to come,
right.
or you're willing to trade out, whatever.
Exactly
Good,
right.
Okay. So let's talk about the beer. We got a beautiful array here. Do we brew toward a certain style, a preference? Are these all your recipes? Let's talk about what we have to offer.
Yeah, sure. We're all my recipes. We do a handful of IPAs, as people do, and then I also.
Is that a personal preference of yours at all? You hop head at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now everybody's not,
Sure.
Right.
including me.
We
Yeah.
typically do West Coast style.
Okay, all right.
So
Yeah.
we don't use a whole lot of bitter or piney hops. We do a lot of citrusy kind of IPAs.
Citrus and
And coming out of Wicked, are you a sour fan too?
Absolutely, that's
do some
really
here?
what I was working on when I was
Okay.
over there. I helped them open up Funkatorium over there, and so we've got a nice collection of barrels over there, and we do a bunch of saisons. Some of them sour, some of them not, and then we actually have a kettle sour in the boil kettle right now.
Okay.
Souring over the weekend that will boil tomorrow.
Now, do you keep some flagships on all the time, some standard Sanctuary stuff that you will always have?
Exactly right. Yeah, we've got our Kolsch is called Bobby Beer Jr.
Okay.
And that
This
guy
is
we've
our-
got on all the time.
Yep,
This is
that's
the Kolsch.
Hop Pig
Yep.
IPA.
And then the
actually.
Hop Pig
IPA, okay.
Yep.
And that's the Scotty's Red, so that's another kind of fan favorite that we usually
Mm-hmm.
have on.
Yep.
And then how do you decide otherwise? Is it seasonal? Is it your preferences? Is it market demands? What comes next?
Demand definitely plays a role in it, but seasonality is the biggest factor. You can see right now mostly we're IPAs and lighter beers on the board. It's just heavier in those two things, and our malty board is definitely on the lighter side. But if you're here in November through February, you're going to see
It's going to be darker and porters and
much,
stouts
yes.
and that kind of
We
thing.
do coffee stouts, porters, imperial stouts, the whole.
But don't we find, I won't speak for you, but we find that people are drinking more or less seasonal. They drink the same things all year sometimes. People drink porters and stouts now all year round.
For sure.
Yeah.
And at night, for whatever reason, when it cools off, I gravitate towards a brown ale or a porter in the evenings
Right.
too. But during the day, I still want a pale ale or a saison or something.
So coming into Hendersonville, not that far from Buncombe County in Western North Carolina, people kind of know craft beer. How much of your customer base comes in the door already knowing what to expect, or how much comes in and you have to start them with a gateway Kolsch or start them somewhere and move them on the line?
It's a good mix. I think it's a
Yeah.
good mix of folks because we're also a bit of a touristy area, and so some folks just come up for the mountains and the hiking.
And just kind of stumble into the
Right.
brewery.
Exactly.
May not even be craft beer fans.
Exactly right. Maybe they came in for the live music, or they came in for some of the animal adoption things.
Okay, so for some of the other things that draw them in besides the beer,
Yeah.
Correct.
which is something you've got going for you that some breweries don't. I mean, you've got other things going on.
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we're also very big on giving out tasters to our clientele. So if somebody maybe isn't very knowledgeable about craft beer, we kind of
You might lay out.
Yeah, we
Right.
like our bartenders to walk them through different styles and let them try a few things before they commit, kind of kick the tires on some
Sure,
of our beers.
right, and see where they're headed.
Yep.
See what matches their already their profile.
Yep.
Yeah. Get them into maybe the Kolsch to start, or one of the saisons, or something a little bit lighter.
Yeah, like this is our raspberry saison, which is delicious, very seasonal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we use all all whole fruit. So we
Now, do we mostly try to source locally?
do.
Riverbend malts or
Yeah.
not, or
Yeah,
I don't
we've
know
got
how.
a few beers on right now that are Riverbend Malt.
Okay.
And we also use, there's a local hop farmer in town that we bought him out the last two years.
Buy everything he produced.
Everything he
Right.
produced.
And then of course you still had to buy more because I assume
of course.
I assume you
Yeah.
can't.
I can
We
do,
do this for specialty,
you know,
yes.
Right.
he's probably got 2 or 3 acres farmed over there, and so that'll get me a couple batches a
Right,
year.
right. Because
That's-
nobody yet is doing hops like we need them to do
Right.
in North Carolina,
No,
as far as
no.
I know.
Right.
We do a red, like an Imperial red.
But then that gives that beer a special cachet because it is like not 100% local, but local.
Exactly. So whenever we use those local hops, we put hop hendo at the
Yeah,
beginning
and that's a
style,
series,
so
and that's something people can
know,
come
right?
to be educated about because
Exactly.
education, of course, is a big part of what you do, as we were saying. Everybody doesn't know, even the craft beer drinkers don't always know what the next craft beer evolution is.
Yep. Plus, it's super fun to promote businesses that we're working with. So if we get our hops locally, we want to tell people that,
Well, as much as you're into
local
giving
farmers.
back to the community, the whole sanctuary thing, I
Exactly.
mean, that fits so well with we want to give back, we want to be part, but we also want to show the synergy between the hop farmers, the local community. It just fits
Yeah.
who you are.
That's it. That's
So nice.
absolutely right.
Which is kind of what beer is. I mean, the beer community is that.
Yeah.
But you kind of take it to a next level, which is a great model.
Yeah, the whole idea is like a feel-good proposition. So not only has the city and county been great to us, but the entire community of Hendersonville has been wonderful to
Great.
us. So you can bring your dog in here. The whole idea is to kind of relax, listen to music, drink some
Chill.
great beer, chill. Yeah, so it's just a feel-good proposition.
So we just came in the front door. We got outdoor space too, or not to enjoy?
We don't, but the garage
it
door
rolls up
opens,
behind me,
yeah,
right.
And we put Adirondack chairs up there,
So it's kind of an outdoor
super
feel, right?
outdoorsy.
Right. So what is the future? What does Sanctuary want to be ultimately?
Good question.
It's a hard question
Of course, it's always
because you got to manage your success.
Yep.
Exactly.
Stick to your mission. I mean, you
Right.
can't get too far away from what you wanted to be to start with.
Exactly.
Right.
Make sure you're still doing that. But yet, is there
More
some?
beer,
Is there
save
some?
more animals, be nice to more people. That's pretty much what we'd like
And
to do.
bigger brand, bigger packaging.
I would like to say
distribution.
yes.
Yeah.
We're actually in the middle of talking about that right now. We're in the middle of
Right.
writing up
And deciding
the next stage. Yes.
what do we want to be.
Exactly right.
Making
Exactly
sure
right.
we kind of get all of our ducks in a row before we do anything too big. So we are in.
Because success can overwhelm you, frankly, if you don't manage it well.
Yes.
Of course, yeah, we see it all the time.
Yes. And just opening this, neither one of us had owned or operated a small business before.
So who knew?
So, yeah. So you just kind of it's like jumping out of an airplane. You just,
And you can have all the business plans in the world written down on paper.
but once you do it,
And,
Right out the
and
window.
you're 2 years in, you probably are well ahead of your 5-year plan already, and you got to figure out why and how do we manage that to the future.
yeah, and meet the demand, and like you said, stay true to our goals and our mission. So that's
And not let the
fine
marketplace
balance.
drive you in too many places you don't want to be,
That's
Right.
which
that's-
is also something to manage.
Spreading too thin, for sure.
Right.
yeah.
Thanks for having us in.
Yeah, thanks
wish
for
you guys
were
coming.
coming out.
We wish you all luck in the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
When you're in Hendersonville next time, make sure you stop in at Sanctuary Brewing on First Avenue East.
That's it.
Good. Right near the old courthouse. Reminding you, this is David Glenn, the NC Beer Guys. Till next time, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.
Cheers.